Hello guys, my name is Vincentia Sekar Arum and my group members are Gita and Andrea who would like to present the result of our translation discussion. So there are some segments that we will talk in this video. First, about the translation procedure that we use in translating the text, and the second and third segment will talk about the example of the translation procedure that we choose in this text. Okay, let's move on. This is the source language, which is in Bahasa Indonesia. This is the target language text, which is translated into English language. And I will read it. Schools limit students' interaction. Headmasters in various regions start to plan face-to-face teaching and learning activity system, which can be held again from January 2021. To avoid the risk of COVID-19 transmission, the schools do not only limit the number of students and reduce study hours, but also restrain students' interaction. Interaction restriction is important to do in early childhood education, kindergarten, and elementary school, because children tend to crowd and difficulty keeping distance with their friends. This is a concern for some parents whose children are still in early childhood and primary education. This text is taken from Republica. So the translation procedure that we choose in translating this text is transposition. So the definition of transposition is a translation technique which applied to the text by changing the grammatical structure without changing the meaning of the text. So this means in translating, there are some changes made in sentence structure from source language to target language. And in this case, the source language is Bahasa Indonesia and the target language is English language. The example of transposition are such as the sequence of the changing of the sequence of the word class and changing the form of word from singular to plural. The next about the example of transposition in this text will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, and now I am Gita Wulanisha Putri. I will explain the example of transposition in the first sentence of this text. I will read the source language first, that is, para kepala sekolah di berbagai daerah mulai merancang sistem kegiatan belajar dan mengajar tatap muka yang boleh kembali digelar mulai Januari 2021. And in the target language, headmasters in various regions start to plan face-to-face teaching and learning activity system which can be held again from January 2021. From this sentence, we can see the transposition. From the subject of the sentence, para kepala sekolah is a plural noun phrase because there is a word para that means a lot of kepala sekolah, or in English it is headmaster. So in the target language, we use the singular form of headmaster that we change it into the plural one, that is headmasters. And it is the transposition of the subject from a plural noun phrase into the source language in the source language that becomes a plural noun in the target language. And then in this sentence we have sistem kegiatan belajar dan mengajar tatap muka in the source language. The word structure in this phrase changes in the target language and it sounds face-to-face teaching and learning activity system. Tatap muka, which is in English become face-to-face, is an adverb and it is placed in front of the phrase and not like the source language that is placed in the end of phrase. Actually, if we translate tatap muka for each word, we have tatap or stare that is a verb, and muka that can be face, which is a noun, or advance, which is an adjective. But we cannot use that, so we use face to face that have another meaning, that is facing each others. Then we translate sistem kegiatan belajar dan mengajar becomes learning and teaching activity system, and it is a noun phrase. The word position is changed due to the differences in the word structure between the source and the target language. I think it is, and we can continue the example from Andrea Kalia. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Andrea. In here, I'll explain the next example in this sentence. Search language. Hal ini menjadi kekhawatiran sejumlah orang tua yang anaknya masih bersekolah di jenjang usia dini dan pendidikan dasar. The target language. This is concern for some parents whose children are still in early childhood and primary education. So we can see here that pendidikan dasar, pendidikan in here is a noun and dasar is an adjective. And when we translate it into the target language, the position is changed. Primary is an adjective and education is a noun in the target language.